This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
This is Max Headroom, and what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D Show.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dig you IT geeks. This is Dre DeMatteo from Sons of Anarchy. You are listening to IT in the D.
So what happens when you tap the angry beaver in the bunghole?
Exactly. Come on. Tries. To hell with this. I'm calling a break. We'll come back to the show.
Just where do you guys think you are?
The Library of Congress?
Detroit?
Beyond the sun?
Any of those, right?
Hi, I'm Ernie Hudson, and you're listening to IT in the D. All you nerds out there.
Nerds? What is a nerd?
What's up, everybody? This is Billy Zapka. Sweep the leg. Listening to IT in the D Show. No mercy.
So you have no boots.
No.
You have no gloves.
No.
You have no hat.
No.
You have no scarf.
No.
You have no scraper.
No.
How long have you lived in Michigan?
All my life.
You, sir, are an idiot.
I don't care.
How much scotch did you drink that night, by the way?
Half a bottle.
Okay, then shut the hell up.
Hi, this is Martin Cove, John Kreese from the Karate Kid movie, and you're listening to IT in the D.
Yes, Sensei!
This is a bad idea.
Hey guys, it's Ty Mogg, Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. You're listening to the IT&D Show.
I may have to wipe the geek off.
Hi, I'm Brittany Daniel from The Game, and you're listening to IT in the D Show.
Hey, Jerry Slater. Hey, Jerry Slater. Really good. Hey, Jenny Slater.
The dirt monster is in full effect here.
Take him to Detroit.
No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that! No!
I used to hang out at the Magumbo Bar. It was a rough place, the seediest dive on the wharf, populated with every reject and cutthroat from Bombay to Calcutta. It's worse than Detroit.
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Then don't come. Shut up.
This is Robert Hayes, the Tet Striker to my mother. When I'm not hanging out at the Magumbo Bar, I'm listening to the IT and the D Show. It's worse than Detroit.
Guess Captain Soundboard doesn't know how to run the soundboard.
Shut up. Stop talking.
I don't know who brought that bell in, but Bob's got a new toy.
Is there such thing as a meat hangover?
I love my Monday meat stick.
Turn your microphone off. Just get out.
Hey, folks, this is WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're listening to the IT and the D Show. Tough guy. Ho!
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
The question isn't what are we going to do. The question is what aren't we going to do.
Ludicrous speed. Go!
My belly is still full from the free brunch that I got this weekend at the Punch Bowl Social. Welcome to the January 12th edition, episode 74 of the IT in the D Show. This is Bob the Sales Guy. We're sitting here with Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason. We are in the Raw Radio X studios in the Russell Industrial Center. Beautiful. Midtown Detroit, Michigan. Find us online, itinthed.com, Facebook /itinthed, Twitter, hashtag
All of the things IT.
We have a couple awesome guests in the studio. We'll be hitting in segments 2 and 3. We have Kinsey here from the MAT2 initiative from the MEDC. Welcome aboard. Thank you for coming out here with half of a cold.
Thanks, guys.
And then we got over all-around cool engineer chick. We got Nicole Johnson here from Digital Divas.
Hey.
This is not your
an
first
engineer.
foray.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So make sure you tell everyone I'm an engineer.
She wanted to make that point crystal clear. Yeah,
this is
there
for you, Nicole.
Yeah.
Can you make sure to tell everyone that I'm not an engineer?
Yeah, there you go. And by the way, we're drinking fabulous glow-in-the-dark falling down beer.
Yeah, Nicole brought these like LED
Yeah, Mark,
ice
don't
cubes.
panic.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's not radioactive, although it looks like it's radioactive.
No, but as always, the show is brought to you by Logicalis and Quantum Storage. Find them online, logicalis.com. Quantum Storage is at quantum.com. And, yeah, delicious falling down beer from Tennant and Quinder. Go try the Reuben egg rolls. It'll change your life.
Change your life.
So we're live.
So first order of business, as always, the one thing you forgot was the phone number, in case anybody does want to call.
No one's going to call.
You never know.
We should do that bit again.
It is 313-462-0107. And the most important order of business is our event Thursday night.
Yes.
Yay.
It is our first networking event of the year.
Feels like we haven't done a regular event in years.
Yeah.
We haven't done one all year.
We haven't done an event since last year. Yeah.
Thursday 5 o'clock.
Smack me now, smack me later.
We'll be at the Blackfin Thursday at 5 o'clock from 5 till ? It's right by Main Street in Royal Oak, next to that goofy Mexican piano bar place. What the heck is that called?
Yeah, what is that place called? Is that place even still open?
No.
Isn't it Tequila Blue?
Tequila Blue, yeah.
Yeah, is
one
it
of those
still there?
Those bars that has an identity crisis, really doesn't know what it is. There's an upstairs piano, downstairs tequila, something.
Is there a theme?
No,
that's the point.
For our event?
Yeah. For
our event.
No, it's casual
That's
networking.
the point too.
Yes. Show up and drink. That's the theme of our event.
Networking, commiserating, all of the above.
We worked really hard on making sure that everyone in the room was IT. Like, you're not going to have to deal with insurance salespeople or MLM guy. So everybody in the crowd is IT in one way, shape, or form.
Networking after work is the day before. So.
That's where all those people will be. Yes, that's where all the people that aren't allowed to come to our events. Yes. That's where they will be.
You go there.
all the people that were shunned from our events actually go to those events.
You go there and you meet 47 real estate agents, 62 State Farm reps,
18. Can I manage your 401k guys?
Right, and then 40
and a guy selling shoe polish out of a suitcase.
Right.
And you come to our event, it's free.
Yeah.
No agendas.
Actually, you got to buy your own beer, but that's besides the point.
Right.
And you get to
free to attend.
You get to meet IT people. What a novel concept.
Discuss physics and
and
properties of physics.
And drones and robots.
Demented and sad, but it's social.
We have to find a black hat. To me, the dumbest line of the weekend.
Oh, from the movie trailer.
As if those people even know what a black hat is, right?
And if you want one, you don't call it that.
Right, exactly.
Like idiots. It's another Swordfish. Is this Swordfish 2015?
Yes. Pretty much exactly what it is.
Where it's like weird science graphics while they're hacking. You find the skull when you miss the password, and you go to it on another tunnel. You're like, oh, watch me! I'm going down the tunnel. It's like playing Doom while you're hacking.
It's Wolfenstein. Hooking into a system. Yeah.
Right.
Well, laugh all you want though. I mean, the best way, and it was from a movie. Like, I finally got Anita to understand, because she didn't understand
weird science.
But no, like why I get so obsessive about stuff. Like why I completely tune out everything. Like if I'm banging away on code on something,
the wang,
banging on the
wang.
Dave's parents worked for Wang. That's why.
So yes, there's a sound drop actually in our closing. They got me to say back when I was banging on the wang, but not on a conference call for work.
Yeah,
so that was
hit the bell.
No, so I sat her down and made her watch Hackers, because there's
an awful movie.
That was so
I
bad.
love that movie.
But there's
do you really?
Yeah, Angelina Jolie.
Yeah,
damn.
her debut and Johnny Lee Miller. Dude, it's a good flick.
Okay.
But so there's the scene where they're going in and they're hacking and they're doing their thing, and the code is coming off the screen at them and it has their full attention. I'm like, this is the best way I can get you to understand what it's like for me sitting down at a computer when I'm
in the
engrossed
Matrix.
code.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the only way I can do it.
You see
and she gets it now.
Well,
so can we jump in the dumbest story of the week?
That was a nice segue, but go ahead.
The dumbest story of the week. This is one of my dumbest stories of the year so far. I think it's going to hold up for a long time.
Cue up the music.
Give me this. So let me get this straight. There's a new,
ladies and gentlemen, the Bodfather.
There hasn't been a venue in Detroit that has opened up with as much fanfare, minus Hopcat, than Punch Bowl Social. Right? It's a bowling alley. It's food, it's games, it holds 1,000 people. There's 250 people working there. It's an amazing facility, right?
Yes. Kind of like a Dave & Buster's.
So you go there, And it's not okay.
Me? I go there?
No.
Wait, no. I do?
Human being goes there. Doesn't get the best service in the world because there's 1,000 people in there in the line around the building, right?
And it's grand opening.
The grand opening, right? They're not going to wait on you hand and foot. And then you heard something happened, but you won't tell anybody what, but it offended you.
Yeah, something offensive happened.
Something offensive, but
Something
I can't tell
bad.
you what. I can't tell you what.
It's
So
a secret?
what am I going to do? I'm going to go on social media.
Are you going to bring it to the? Are you going to bring it up to the staff?
No,
Are you going to talk to a manager?
I would never tell a man no. I'm going to run home and tell Facebook because Mark Zuckerberg can solve all my problems. So what do you do? Instead of just going to the manager going, dude, what's up? And then him saying, hey, let me buy you a slice of pie or something. No. She gets the whole community in an uproar that this place sucks. We've been starved for an entertainment facility like this for years in this town. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to take clients? I'm not taking my clients to the Comet, right? No offense. It's a great bar, but
no bowling?
No, yeah.
No
ski ball?
Where's a bowling alley downtown?
3rd Street has shuffleboard.
No feather bowling?
Shuffleboard. So what does she do? The Free Press has to write an article, and this guy has to write, the owners and the managers have to write a retraction letter apologizing and giving them free brunch.
How many effort hours are wasted on this whole
woman,
thing?
They gave who?
Her?
Just her?
All of her friends, like 100 people.
Got free food.
And she's heralded as a martyr by her little hipster social media friends.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is how you work the system.
I'm done with people. I'm so done. No, seriously,
Bob, what's the line from the comedian?
No, it's just, what happened to just going, hey, salmon sucked, let's get the hell out of here. Like, you gotta run home. So then I go to Yelp, right, and it's worse.
It's worse on Yelp.
Well, of course it's worse on Yelp.
Is always worse.
Oh my God!
Yelp comments are worse than YouTube
You would have
comments.
thought they fed them cat turds the way these people were going on,
and called them almond roca.
I had to wait 40 minutes for my food. How dare they make me wait for my food? I'm going to tell everyone how
the ice water wasn't cold enough.
My experience wasn't up to my standards.
Here's one that I happen to just have because it was so good. This store sucks butthole. I went to this place of hell to get some stupid posters framed, and this blonde chick was all like, "Oh, we're closed. We can't flame it for you. Never again."
Avoid.
Never
Okay.
again.
Well, no. So for context, have you heard the real Detroit heroes?
No.
About. So do you remember the old Bud Light commercials?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go ahead and break that here for a sec.
Right.
I hate people.
IT and the D presents Real Detroit Heroes.
Real Detroit Heroes.
Today we salute you, Mr. Yelp Review Extremist.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Yelp Review Extremist.
You watch every episode of Chopped and have Anthony Bourdain as your phone's wallpaper, so you obviously are a professional food critic.
What's the latest catchphrase?
Your reviews on Yelp aren't written for the commoners. No, they're written for the people who truly appreciate fine dining experiences. At the corner Coney Island at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Why don't they have sushi?
And so even though the place was clean, the food was exactly what you ordered. It got to your table quickly. You had to wait 18 seconds for your water glass to be refilled. And that's just not acceptable.
Gotta be a 1-star.
If it's not being served to you by a mustache-sporting hipster in a wool cap inside a room full of photos of cities you couldn't name to save your life from behind a bar made of reclaimed wood, well, it's certainly not up to your standards.
I forgot to check in.
So here's to you, Mr. Yelp Review Extremist. Thanks to you, the rest of us have a checklist of places to go just to try the worst meatball sandwich that one guy on Yelp ever had in his life.
Real Detroit Heroes.
IT in the D. Networking Detroit, one beer at a time.
It'll never get old. It's relevant every single day.
Let's go back to the story there real quick. So like Punch Bowl Social, it's there's like 5 of them in the country.
Yeah.
It's like a Dave and Buster's without the cheese and the stupid. Right? It's someplace where it's like
There's probably some stupid.
Can that be the tagline?
But it's a place like that probably cost to hold 1,000 people. I'm going to say $3 million. It's a huge investment, right?
Yeah.
And so, grand opening for anywhere. I don't care what, unless it's like a Applebee's or something where they've got like 4,000 locations. It's going to have growing pains. It's going to have problems.
Oh, absolutely.
And for you to run and bitch on social media and get your free brunch, and now everyone's thinking you're so
It's
amazing.
a status symbol. I'm convinced that people like that now they can brag, right?
Don't you know who I am?
I'll ruin you like I ruined Punch Bowl Social.
I've got Yelp cred, man.
Oh my god! But it drives me insane because, like, again, the area is so starved for like a cool place to go. That's I don't care if it's corporate.
Bob,
sometimes you need to go to a corporate place. You can't always go to the dive bar.
And more importantly, let's segue that into you, Mr. Business Owner. You don't get to make business decisions about your own business. You didn't
build that.
You don't get to decide what kind of venue you're going to run. Case in point, the Change.org petition that is floating around and is already like up over 1,000 signatures because heaven forbid
for what
the
magic stick
that Jer did, right?
The magic stick doesn't want to run as many rock shows and wants to do some EDM stuff because it's popular and there's money to be made there, and it's a business.
Sellouts.
So, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Raging bastard. But here's the best part: if you read the petition, it's all about how Detroit needs and Detroit needs and Detroit needs, started by so and so from Livonia, Michigan.
Well, it's like the small business thing sponsored by American Express,
right? Yeah.
The Majestic. So here, the Hopcat just opened. They just had Alien Ant Farm there.
Yep.
Which is rock music. The Majestic isn't changing.
No.
They.
That was
it's getting smaller.
No, it's not.
That
I read
was
that it was.
That
was Mr.
So did I.
Okay,
so
good.
we ran our last big event there in September, and we're getting ready to do another one there in March. And so I read that article, and I reached out to them and was like, "Hey,
WTF over?
What up?" Like
he was busy on Yelp.
Right.
Yeah, he's getting ready to write a scathing review.
Yeah,
How dare you go small?
I was already 3 paragraphs in and went, you know what? I better fact check. And so, and they're
Fact
like,
check? What's that?
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, no. Screw that article. Screw everything about it.
Yeah.
Yes, the theater will still hold 1,000 people.
Oh, did you ever see how the building's laid out? Like, how are you going to chew the Majestic? There's nothing to chew.
They could put one bowling lane in the back.
Right. Magic Six upstairs.
The wall will go here.
It's stupid.
F you, you're cool.
F
you, I'm out.
So what's the petition? What do they want?
They want to somehow
cause trouble. They want a free brunch.
Through this magical page on the internet, they want to force them to not do what they as the business owners want to do.
Kiss my ass. God. You open a place.
Yeah, go open your own damn bar.
Mr.
Plenty of vacant buildings.
Mr. I don't live in Detroit, but I can see it from across the street. You go.
Yeah.
Idiots.
You go take the risk. You go get the VC funding and shut the hell up.
All the slacktivists. Girl, I'm angry too. When's the last time you've been there? When's the last time? I mean, Magic Stick, I've gone maybe twice a year.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's usually what people go. They don't go every week.
No.
What are you missing? Again.
But it's history, man.
That's why I need my blood pressure. This crap, man. What's next? Stop talking about this. Going to
Well, Bob, you know what's going to happen that when that stupid aquarium opens in Great Lakes Crossing, people are going to start complaining. Oh, the sharks aren't swimming fast enough.
Yeah, they do that at Bass Pro already.
Right.
They bitch about the free Santa. There's not enough perch in the pool.
Yeah. Feed them faster.
The sharks are captive. They're not living a
yeah, there's people talking about that in the Detroit News article when they were bringing them in.
Yeah, well, the SeaWorld protesters need something else to do now.
Yes.
Now that they've killed SeaWorld. So they'll be coming to Great Lakes Crossing.
That was my favorite thing I sent you today. It was
some kid's gonna throw a rock into the window. You know,
it was an anti-capitalism rally. That was my favorite thing I sent you. There's like 10,000 people with their communist red flags, and then capitalism sucks. Capitalism
with
sucks.
Their Nike swoosh backpack,
and they're all carrying iPhones.
And then there's 100 of them in line at McDonald's going, "Damn you, man!" Like, wait, what?
I just have to say, if somebody kills Great Lakes Crossing, that's a real Detroit hero for you. Right
What's
there.
wrong with the Auburn Hills Dirt Mall?
Yeah.
It's just too big. It's way too big.
Do you realize it just became part of our intro?
Well, We'll take that. It's you can take laps in that damn thing forever and never get from point A to point B, or from point A back to point A. It's a big giant circle.
So what the hell is going on? Auto show this weekend?
Auto show this week. There was
it's press days this week.
I took. I thought I was doing something good. So my kids, daughter 7, son 5. Their commercial came on for Big Bang Theory, and all the cast was standing in a comic book store. And so my son's eyes light up, and he was like, "Dad, what's that? Where are they? What are they doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a comic book store." And he's like, "There's a store for comic books?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, but there's like toys and stuff there too, it looks like." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like,
he got all that from a 15-second commercial.
Oh yeah,
which is impressive, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. And so he was like, "Are there comic book stores around here?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Dad, you are going to take me to a comic book store." I was like, all right. And my daughter chirped up, and she was like, I want to go to a comic book store. And I'm like, all right, we're in. Let's go. Yeah. So I take my kids. I found one.
Happy dad. Yeah.
Laughably, I hopped onto Yelp, found a comic book store, and we went, and like
it wasn't Stewart's, was it?
No, that'd be which burned down.
Yeah, right.
And so we get there, and they're like giant balls of energy the entire way there, and then we get in, and they're even worse. Like as soon as the door opens,
it's like Black Friday.
Oh yeah, dude! The smell of ink hit their nostrils, and they went ballistic. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, trying to, you got to stay by me. You got to stop, don't touch that. Don't pick that up.
My credit card has a limit.
Right. And so, but they had a great time, and they were running around, and they're checking out stuff, and Dad, what's this, and Dad, what's that, and da. And then, then we like turn the corner, and then there's like the shelves, like all the racks of all the comic books, and life was, and every like the pearly gates opened, and Nirvana happened, and and they like stood there in slack-jawed amazement for a couple minutes, and then they walked over, and I'm like, and they were like, Dad, these are all comic books? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, and then like
I want them.
Oh yeah, my son's like freaking out. There's like, well, yeah, what the hell? Why are there like 19 different Batman series?
Because DC doesn't know what the hell they're doing,
and like 8 different Wolverines and all this other crap going on. And
pick a storyline and stick to it.
Yeah, exactly.
For Christ's sake,
pick one.
Pick one.
And so,
stop reinventing it.
Yeah, son, heaven.
There can be only one.
That's right. There can
Don't
be
tell DC
only
that.
one. There's the alternate universe, and then the alternate universe, and then the multiverse, and the superverse, and the vice versa. Who knows? And so,
don't give him any ideas,
right? And so, but then my daughter is, so she's 7, and she's standing there, and she's got this kind of puzzled look on her face, and so I was like, so what's up, boo? Like, what's going on? And she's like, Dad, where are the real comic books? And I was like, I don't understand. Like, what do you mean? Like, these are the comic books? She's like, no, Dad, these are not the comic books. Where are the real comic books? And I was like, I'm like, hon, I don't understand what you mean. Like, these are the comic books. Like, what do you mean these aren't the real comic books? And she said, Dad, and she like leans. So my daughter is 7. She was on the show. We brought our kids in, and she's 7, and she talks like she's 27 sometimes. And I could tell that this was about to be one of those times. And so like she did the whole Dad. Rolls her eyes at me, and she was like, Dad.
Our daughters have perfected the eye roll.
Oh, yeah. She's like, Dad, their boobies are hanging out. She's like, and kids aren't supposed to see this stuff. So these can't be the comic books for kids. Where are the real comic books? And I was like, oh. And it kind of took me back. And she starts pointing. And she's like, that Wonder Woman looks like she belongs in a video. And she's like, and I don't know who that is, but that's not Harley Quinn, because Harley Quinn wears clothes. And like just starts going down the line. And like
you were floored,
dude. Like it hit me. Like we've had Erica, Michelle, and a whole bunch of other we've had this conversation a couple times before about women in tech and women in geek situations, and the shit that goes on at cons and conferences and conventions and all that stuff,
right? And all that stuff.
And like I did, like I thought I got it, like I thought I understood it, and I thought like I had my head wrapped around it, and it took seeing it through my 7-year-old daughter's eyes to realize what – I almost dropped an F-bomb there. What an effed up situation it really, really, truly is, that there isn't like a hero that like
that's
that
not
I'm
scantily clad.
That I'm well, let's see, and that's the worst part. Like when I'm sitting there, like I started having this conversation with her, and I think I did okay, but like I started having this conversation with her, and I realized I'm in a no-win situation. Like there's no
well,
path.
especially standing there in the comic book store.
Well, but not even that. I can't. She's 7, so number one, I can't have the casually dismissive of the whole thing attitude, because I can't be like, oh, well, she's hot, so therefore she can't really be a superhero. Right. Because, well, hi, these two would kick my ass, along with Erica and Michelle and every other female. Right. And I can't be like wholly embracing it because, yeah, I'm not having my 7-year-old daughter dressed like Mystique. That ain't happening. But so I'm trying to walk the fine line with it, where I'm like, okay, yeah, hon.
Well, it's a double standard meme. Like, as a dude, cool. As a father,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the power girl. Yeah,
Right.
And that's actually so laughably. And I was like doing all that. Me, I'm OCD, and I was doing all this research about it because I wanted to deep dive into it.
Well, it's a big thing right now with the whole.
Well, no, but Power Girl,
Gamergate thing.
The guy that drew Power Girl literally said, I made her chest bigger every single issue that we did because I wanted to see how far they would let me go before they said something.
Before somebody complained.
And he's like, literally, it took until issue 12
Really?
before one of the editors finally came down and went, dude, what's with the boobs?
Really?
And that's one of the ones that was linked in the article. So I did. I published an entry about it on the site today, and I still don't have my head fully wrapped around it.
Doesn't it? Let me ask you this though. Doesn't it go both ways though? Like if you look at Captain America, they're all buff. They're all like mega.
Yeah, but they're not.
Right, but they're not
scantily
wearing
clad.
a loincloth.
Some have tight pants though.
Well, and there's daughter picks up a Catwoman comic. Yeah. You want awkward? Explain a light lycra bodysuit to your 7-year-old daughter. Yeah.
1960s Batman. That was a little,
Well, they had their underwear. They had their underwear on the outside of their clothes.
Yeah, but when you consider context, like your kids play like Lego Batman on
Right.
the Wii or whatever, right? So they're used to seeing Harley Quinn as a Lego figure, right? So her first impression of Harley Quinn is a box Lego figure.
Well, no, because they watch the animated cartoons. Like they watch all the cartoons and that kind of stuff on Hub and DxD and all that stuff. And so then they have even those even in those comics, even
is that
in
the Batman animated series?
Yes.
They would watch? Yeah, okay.
Yes, even in those cartoons,
they're somewhat
Harley's
tame, right?
Well, but Harley's drawn pretty curvy,
right?
What happened to Penny from Inspector Gadget?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a good one.
Right.
It's a great one.
Good one.
Well, but and so the worst part about the whole thing is so I go, and so we're looking around and I'm trying to find her something that she will like, and so I walk up to the guy behind the counter who happened to be the owner, and I'm like, dude, okay, here's the situation. My daughter wants a comic, and she's not having a good time. With anything over there, what do you got? And he looks over and he's like, she's like, what, 7? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, my daughter too. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, so you know where I am? And he's like, totally. And I was like, so what do you recommend? And he pulls out, he's like, this is what I bring my daughter home every week. And it's Monster High, which, okay, my daughter has the dolls and all that kind of stuff, and Hello Kitty. And that was it. And I'm like, so I'm
out of an entire store
literally
full of comics.
I'm standing here, I can do a pan and scan and see 3,000 titles. And you're handing me a Monster High, which wasn't even really a comic. It's basically the Monster High version of Tiger Beat from when we were kids. Which
it's
personality type are you? Nah.
Yeah.
And Hello Kitty. That's it. And I
he was accommodating, but it's still an epic fail.
Right, and it does. It's had me reevaluating so much.
I'm trying to think what I bought Gretchen at Comic-Con, because I bought her tons of comics, but it was Star Wars,
right?
And I think it was Garfield.
Yep.
The stuff that you and I bought our daughters,
crap.
Those were all the Hello Kitty, the My Little Pony cards. Remember those little trading card things?
That was for you.
Yeah, that was for me.
What makes all of the 3,000 other titles not accessible? Is it just the scantily clad?
I'm not saying it's not that it's not accessible, because if she hadn't questioned it, I wouldn't have questioned it.
No, right? No, I mean, is it just the scantily clad shape?
Yeah, she didn't like it.
Yeah, okay.
She
knew that it was somehow quote unquote wrong.
Back to my point though, isn't it a cartoon?
Right,
it's almost
exactly.
like professional wrestling where they're cartoon. The characters are very cartoony. Isn't it like that though on both sides? Where everybody, you know what I mean? There's no superhero comic that's shaped like me or Jeff. You know what I mean?
Well, there's
Thank
the Blob.
God.
Oh, the Blob and pre-Captain America. That's Jeff.
And Sinestro. He could pull
Right,
out
right,
Sinestro.
yeah. No, but you know what I mean, though. It's very they're very.
I resemble that
exaggerated.
remark.
All the comics are very exaggerated and cartoony to begin with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? But I mean, it goes. It's. I don't want to say bad stereotyping, but again, it's like when your kid looks up to Hulk Hogan, right? You're not going to be 6'8" with steroid muscles. It's not going to work that way, right? But it's cartoony. It's larger than life. I think that But I totally get your point. I'm on board with you. 100. That was one of the better things you've ever wrote. But yeah, there needs to be better role models. I think on that aren't these cartoony characters.
Well, and it's not even like it's okay. It's that one isolated incident, but I mean it's all the other stuff that it made me like rethink.
Her innocent perspective.
Right.
She really
Absolutely.
called it as it is. And I think whatever media you're consuming, whether it's comic books, TV, something on your iPad, Netflix, I think we all have to be responsible, not just for what our little girls may see, so that they're not exposed to things too early that could cause them to be a whatever.
I have 3 daughters. I mean,
Yeah,
one of the things I have queued up already is when she's ready to go into high school, that here's this normal, average, not normal, but this is an everyday looking woman, and look what they did to her in the studio by putting all this makeup on and this light and the Photoshop, and this is what she looks like in the magazine. That's not her. I showed my daughters the picture of Lady Gaga with no makeup she put on Instagram, and I go, look, Lady Gaga, and they're like,
That's not Lady Gaga. That can't be Lady Gaga.
No, they flipped out. I go, she's just a normal everyday. I go, what you see on TV and how she's portrayed. It's not
like
her.
I said, I mean,
so I'm going to fight this. I can see this through their adult years. You know what I mean?
Well, it's a self-image thing. They
Absolutely.
see this sexy
Yeah. Oh, my
woman,
gosh.
and there's so much more than just wearing tight clothes and having big
and that
knockers.
that was the killer. I mean, it's I'm like you're 7. Like I'm not ready to have the conversation with you about inner and outer personas, and like I'm not going to explain to you like that it's okay to be sexy as long as it doesn't define who you are entirely. Because you're 7. You don't need to know. Yeah, you don't need to know what that word is.
Yeah, I feel like the issue is not the issue that there are hypersexualized characters, but it's that's like the mainstream of all female characters. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
well,
it's
and
cool that
they're
those
all
exist,
written for teenage adolescent boys, right?
Right. Yeah. Not for young women.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It made me want to write a comic. Like, it made me, like, I read your article. I'm like, okay, Kickstarter. What are we going to call it? I like these divas.
Yeah. Well,
Doodle
I mean,
divas.
seriously, all joking aside, there's a huge market. I mean, somebody has to capitalize
Digital
on
Divas
that.
is a good name
Absolutely.
for that.
Thank you. I thought about it. I'm like, why not put me and my superpower to be like super hacker security girl, and then I
That's what I'm
solve all
saying.
these mysteries
That's
by
all,
like, finding the code.
Well, yeah, because they recently tried that with a Barbie book, and it got pulled really
gosh,
quickly.
that
Did you? I'm
Barbie
sure you
book.
caught that
Oh
one.
my goodness. She has to forward her answers to like Ken.
Yeah. Did you
She
catch
submitted
that?
I did not hear this.
So
Well, yeah.
they wrote a Barbie book. Barbie becomes a computer programmer. Like that was her job. But like when the book was released, like Barbie was like the stereotypical doofus silly girl who let's just wait for the boys to get here to write the code. No.
Well, see, that's
stop.
Totally.
Are you kidding me?
And it got destroyed and pulled.
Good.
Like
Good. Absolutely. And whoever thought that was a good idea should be fired.
Hey, this is a great conversation, but we are up on a break.
Oh crap!
We'll
keep going.
We'll be back with.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D Show.
The IT in the D Show is brought to you in part by Logicalis. Logicalis is an international IT solutions and managed services provider with expertise in communications and collaboration, data center, and cloud services. Employing nearly 3,700 people worldwide with more than 20 offices in the U.S., including 2 in Metro Detroit. Find out more at us.logicalis.com.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
Welcome back. Segment 2, episode 74. This is the IT in the D Show. This is Bob the Sales Guy here with Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason. We're sitting here in the
It's
Raw.
Mega Mix Mashup Monday.
Yeah, what was that, by the way?
Toilet. Flush a
that
toilet.
That was Queen.
There's
that was
there's
Falco.
2 more breaks of that.
That's the
So
sound.
That was the sound of Dave going down the rabbit hole
That's
of
the sound my
remixes.
toilet makes me flush it. That's what I hear. I hear
Takes me back
that.
to the roller rinks.
Right.
We are in the Raw Radio X
Well, at least our
Studios
beer is glow in the dark.
in the Russell Industrial Center. Beautiful, Midtown Detroit, Michigan. Is this thing on? Find us online.
No, it's not.
ITandTheD.com. All the social media crap's on there. Tonight we're sponsored by Logicalis and Quantum. You know where to find them.
Yeah.
And now we're drinking delicious falling down beer.
Yay.
Well, and I don't want to do the topic we wrapped on a disservice, so we'll hop back into that in the fourth segment
Sure.
because there's way more to get into with that.
Yeah, we could talk about that for like 6 hours.
Yeah, we could. So yeah, we do have guests in studio.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do it.
So where are we going?
Kinsey won the rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, Kinsey's.
She plays
I got a
old
solid
school.
rock.
Yeah.
Really good.
And there you go. Yeah. Now we got two sound drops.
2 for 2.
So you are the what's your official title?
I am the program manager for the MAT2 IT program.
Matt Squared.
Matt
Yes.
Squared.
So what in the I know what it is because I'm on the steering committee, but what in the world is Matt Squared?
MAT2 stands for Michigan Advanced Technician Training. It's a state initiative where students can basically get sponsored by companies to grow their careers coming out of high school or any age, really.
So wasn't this when Snyder
yeah.
did his trade mission to Germany?
Yeah.
It's a big German
Mhm.
program. Where
Well, yeah, it's a Michigan transplant, kind of, you could say, or a Michigan adaptation. So,
Okay.
Governor Snyder went to Germany, and he was like, "Oh, they do dual education. It's really cool. Students can go to school. They can work at the same time, hands-on."
So is it 6 months on, 6 months off, or is it like 12 weeks on, 12 weeks off, or what's the?
Doesn't that what
8 and 8.
Kettering does?
Yeah.
Well, GMI? That's
Yeah, similar.
Yeah, similar
Mhm.
type of thing. Okay.
Yeah, so it's 8 weeks, 8 weeks. Generally, they flip. You start with more school, then you end with more work over 3 years. But you're able to go back and forth between work and school. So
Well,
you
and
can.
we talked at one of those.
Yeah.
Out at OCC.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. But you get
Yeah, I don't
Let me get this straight. So you get paid to go to school and work, right?
Indeed.
And you end with a degree and a guaranteed job.
And a job. What
Indeed.
a novel concept.
How in the hell are you not flooded with thousands of people?
Is there a waiting list?
Come to
You know,
Detroit, people.
I don't know. You guys got to help us get the word
Well,
out.
it's
I guess.
That's why you're here.
That's
But
why,
here's-
that's why you're here.
Here's the funny part, and I've brought this up to these guys before. It makes my head hurt. So we share stupid meme about Adat Walker on 696 this morning, and that gets likes, comments, shares galore. We post something about, hey, you get a free education, you get paid while you learn, and you get
And
a
a
job at the end of
job.
it. Where's the cricket?
Crickets.
Such is internet.
Oh, look,
So-
jumping cat, me like.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to argue with strangers.
Yeah, wait, I can get a job?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And it wasn't for this damn economy, man, and Bush ruined everything. And, but no, this is like, I couldn't. So people, I mean, for two reasons. One, someone that is maybe stuck in a dead end job or career, and for two, the people coming out of college these days with $100,000 in student loans, you get to not have both. You get job, you get no student loan, and you get paid, and you get work.
What is best in life?
Yeah.
Where's the downside?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
So
Well,
what
you've got some decent companies attached to it too.
Yeah, definitely. A couple of our major supporters or our main developer companies, we have Secure24. They're like one of the fastest growing
Yeah.
companies
Oh my god!
in
Yeah,
the state.
we've had stuff in the studio. Yeah,
they're awesome. They're great. And ZF is one of our main partners. They do a lot of development work for us. So they sponsor students and they help us develop the curriculum. So it's actually like you have your employers like telling the colleges or helping the colleges figure out what to teach you, so that you know that you're getting the right skills.
All right, so I'm a high school student. Walk me through the process. What's step one? Like, how does that?
Oh, it's pretty.
Puberty.
It's
That thing, yeah,
Yikes.
right. Okay, all right. What's step two then?
The awkward first dance.
Yeah. No, I mean, do you talk to the employer first? Like, how does what's?
Well, basically, I mean, there's very few barriers to entry if you're someone who's looking to be a student. You just go on to mitalent.org/MAT2, and you can find the application. All you have to do is basically you take a Compass test at a community college, which is a placement test. So you get a
Sure.
math and an English score.
Yep.
And then you
Some
could
sort of baseline.
baseline. You get qualified into the program. And then companies start looking at your profile. You put a resume on there. You can put letters of recommendation on there, portfolio stuff, and then companies interview you, and hopefully you get placed. And that's
The one thing I like is that you guys have different paths, right? You're not saying you're coming out of this as a developer. If they want to go be an exchange admin, if they want to be a network admin, if they want to go into security, if they want to go into development, you guys are offering different paths down the road. I get,
It's not all from the same company.
So what is some of like the intro class? I mean, you're just getting basics, right? And then you're kind of choosing your path, or what's that process?
Yeah, so I mean, it's a cohort model. So every student in the MAT2 program takes the same courses. It's one group throughout the entire program. So you have like this little community that you build, and every student takes the same courses. So it starts out.
So it's like networking.
Networking.
It's crazy. Why would you want to do that?
It's a fad.
It's a fad.
Internet rock and roll rap music.
Nobody
all fad.
successful networks.
No.
Yeah, so you start and you basically in the first year, 2 years, you're taking a lot of those basic classes, but you get to take classes in all these different areas. So you're in security, you're in networking, you're in server administration, you're in programming, and then in the second couple of years, you start to get into the more advanced classes, and then you can start to specialize based on what your company needs and what you are interested in. You can pick a specialty pathway using national credentials. So all of those like fancy.
Yeah, do you get college credits? Are they college credits?
Yeah, you get an associate's degree when you're done.
Cool.
And certs.
See, there you go.
And certs.
And certs.
Well, and you're more in
Certs on
line
certs.
with what the company needs as a requirement for their on-staff people, anyways.
Yeah, so you're like an employee. You're almost like an employee-student hybrid. You're not just a college student.
So I know we talked about this when we met last week, but in terms of loyalty, obviously there's studies out there that show the loyalty is. I don't know I don't want to make up a number, but obviously when you home grow talent like that and they give back, obviously the loyalty has to be through the roof. No.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty new program. So in terms of MAT2 specifically, I'm not going to give you a number. I won't make up numbers either, shockingly.
But 83.2% of all statistics are made up right on the spot.
Yeah,
4 to 5 dentists think the fifth one's an idiot. Right.
Yeah, so I mean, basically, you have these students that are coming into a program at the very ground level. They're coming out of high school or transitioning careers, as you said, and you have a company investing in them and growing them into like their perfect kind of employee. So it makes it really nice for companies because you have these employees that don't want to leave you when the program's done. You've invested in them, you've gotten them educated, you've upped their skills, and then they kind of are invested in you as well. So.
Well, and you don't have to worry. I mean, I guess people leave for a number of reasons, but I mean the biggest reasons are either they feel like they're stagnating, or they can't advance, or there's no tie there. This eliminates that because, well, as the company, you've grown exactly who you need, and if they don't fit, that's your fault.
Right.
And then as the student coming up their way through, you've had plenty of exposure and experience with what that company is and does, and you picked where you wanted to go and what path you wanted to take. So if that kind of your fault.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
The cool thing is that like even if you specialize, as a networking dude, then you still, as a networking dude,
or chick, or a networking chick.
Yeah, so networking
wrong episode.
Well, dude.
I mean,
dude can be
dudettes,
dudes. So like you can still like you have the background knowledge in other areas too. So like you learned about software, you learned about server administration when you were like in your first couple of years.
Yep.
So you have the opportunity to kind of explore within your company. That's the third time I've done that. And kind of.
I like that you're exposed to like a variety of technologies because a lot of times you could start in one and then you realize,
because you don't know what.
No freshman knows what they want to do when they graduate. No,
I wanted to be a stockbroker when I was a freshman. I mean, come on,
Wall Street. You watched Wall Street.
Yeah,
that's how that happened.
That was on 2 nights ago. You watched the whole thing front to back.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
It happens. There are certain movies like that where it just no. So I mean, that's a good thing because no, you don't know. I mean, I started off as a help desk monkey, and then I went and did the DBA thing for a while. I went and did server admin for a while, the developer thing for a while. You do. I mean, you're going to grow and evolve and change, and it's more and more important to companies these days that you're not one-dimensional.
Right.
That you can. I mean, the companies are starting to look at people the way that people are starting to look at code, where it's all component-based. You should be able to plug and play into wherever we need you to plug and play into.
Yeah, everything's a class object.
Yeah.
Modular.
Yeah, I mean, that's really how it works.
So, here's the thing, like, in terms of attracting students, do you literally have to go one high school at a time?
Yeah.
To like and speak and say, hey, here's what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no other way around it, is there? That's it.
No, you got to make that personal kind of connection.
All the
with
college
students.
recruiting events. I mean, you have to
Yeah.
literally. Wow.
Is it a tough sell?
No, not when you get in front of people. But
Okay.
but just as you said, it's classroom by classroom, because you can send out an email blast to 1,000 people, parents, students, teachers,
Won't
and
get it.
a third of them read it, and then
Yeah,
eighth of
delete,
that
spam.
population
Yeah,
takes
right.
it seriously. So
Right.
it's a lot about you have to get in front of people. You got to talk about it, and then that's the easy sell, really.
Well, and I know we've had we've brought it up to a couple of different groups of people, and it stuns me, like knowing the demographics of those crowds, that it's crickets coming out of there. Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
do you really not understand what is being held out in front of you?
You need to be like, you need to be like, look, dead deer. Oh no, wait,
Right.
MAT2.
Yeah. Squirrel. But I mean, like, I brought
Opportunity
it up to
endless.
a mid-30s friend of mine, dead end bartender. Like, dude, like, and he looked at me. He's like, "Well, you don't get paid enough." I'm like, "Dude,
You're a bartender.
He's holding out for a management position.
Yeah. No. You're a bartender at my corner bar.
Yeah.
I know what you make.
Half of it comes from me." Like, you mean to tell me, like, free school? I don't get paid enough. It'll choke you. Honest to God.
Bring a horse to the stream, can't force him to drink.
It seems like
If they're gonna die,
it'd
they
be
will.
easier for the technology, because I think STEM is getting more momentum.
Yep.
So
Oh,
like Plymouth
absolutely.
Canton, they do a STEM fair and they invite a lot of local employers. So I think there's growing opportunities as programs like this evolve and things that I work on. So I think it's getting more traction, but I think it's exactly the support from you guys and the community to put that out
Just
there.
because I know we have folks that are A, not in the area, and B, not in the industry. So STEM,
Yeah.
it's science.
Not stem cells.
No. So
my
it's
friend was like, wow,
science,
you're doing
technology,
STEM.
engineering, and
math.
mathematics. Yeah.
And if you're doing an artistic view, like I make art with like old recycled technology, so that would be STEAM.
Right.
So if you're like using it artistically, or you're building like an LED light show that's programmable from like a Raspberry Pi or something, then that's a mix of it. So that's also known as
What'd you
STEAM.
call him?
One of our favorite sayings in the show is, attention history majors, if you're listening to this, stop doing what you're doing.
Attention all liberal arts
Yeah,
majors.
that's right. Philosophy.
Stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin.
Psychology.
Political science.
No, that was Lost in Translation, one of my favorite movies. He's like, got a philosophy degree. He goes, hey, there's a good racket in that.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you think?
Yeah.
Who told you?
An English major. What are you doing?
Then,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I listen.
One joke that I always make, because it seems to come up so often, is like, we're just dealing paradigm shifts all over the place. Like with Matt Square, it's like we're going to shift the idea of what STEM looks like. We're going to shift the idea of education. It's like all these paradigm shifts.
You're not allowed to say. You said that like 6 times at the meeting.
I know.
Thank you.
I said it was my catchphrase.
We had a sales
It's
call the
joke.
other day, me and Dave, and then she kept saying ecosystem. We're like,
I didn't, not me.
no,
so
not
don't sell
you.
me on
You
that.
kept saying paradigm shift, and I'm like, I want to
I'm
kill you.
But I'm being ironic. It's the whole irony thing.
We're going to shift the paradigm.
Yes, paradigm.
That's right. Got to change the paradigm.
Well, it's funny that you
she
say
did say that a lot, didn't she?
Because when I go speak to younger people about STEM, you have to take a different angle on it. So a lot of times I end up going to speak on STEM fields representing more engineering and technology, but I'm showing an Internet of Things basketball that I could tell how many dribbles I have from my cell phone.
Yep.
Because you're making connections for things that we aren't going
It's
to deal
making
with.
it relatable.
They're going to deal with it. So it's interesting how things like paradigm shifts of Internet of Things is also part of that. It's kind of interesting.
No, very true. I mean, I look at the stuff that my kids deep dive into, and they're never going to know what a typewriter is. They may never, other than
My daughter learned how to type on an iPad.
I was going to say, yeah, they won't know the clicky clack of a keyboard.
Right?
They won't.
They don't know what commercials are on TV for crying out loud.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they don't.
They binge watch Netflix episodes.
Yeah, these damn kids today. Yeah,
in the interwebs.
They have to rewind their VCRs in a 1957 Chevrolet.
But no, I mean that's you talk about things that are changing. I mean that's a huge one. I mean kids have no idea what an airtime is. for a show. Like, I mean, granted, neither do I. I don't know when the hell anything is in on. My TiVo catches it, and then I'll go watch it whenever I want it.
TiVo, though, like, kids don't even know what TiVo is.
Oh, no, it's all DVR.
It's DVR,
Yeah.
Well, that's a good point.
But I mean, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, it's fascinating watching it change. And how quickly it's all evolving.
I heard a podcast today about a guy who has been in prison for like 20-something years, and he's like, no, I've never seen the internet, but I've seen pictures of the internet in black and white, and you're like, what?
He needs to join MAT2.
Well, it's like Mitnick.
MAT2.
When Mitnick got busted,
got out,
he got busted.
Yeah.
He did his time and all that stuff, and they were like, oh, he can't touch a computer, blah, 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 blah. And like Windows 95 was the new thing when he got out, and he's like, well, where the hell's the command line? Like, I couldn't do anything with this if I wanted to.
But sell out to DOS, he'll be fine.
Right.
So the quick summary: free education, paid work,
and a guaranteed
degree,
job,
cert, job, and you're trying to recruit people. I'm mind-boggling.
And how do you? Wait, Bob. And there's a line around the building for Hopcat.
Yeah, exactly. For free brunch at
free
Punchbowl
brunch.
Social.
Oh, how is there not a free line around Lansing?
You need to put MAT2 on Yelp.
Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably get a
1
bunch
stars.
of bad reviews.
Classes
There
were
was
like
no
hard
parking.
stuff.
There's no parking.
They didn't have any coffee for us.
Right.
Stupid.
It took forever to get my application done.
No donuts.
I had to sit through this presentation.
Teacher was 2 minutes late. Didn't respect my time.
1 star.
1 star. So how do we? What is it?
Yeah, what's the URL again?
mitalent.org.
www.mi
for the Polish out there.
www.mitalent.org/MAT2, like the number.
And if they want to, is there a way there for them to contact somebody? Is there somebody there to field calls,
Yeah.
like saying, "Hey, I got a couple questions,"
Yeah.
or is it just to sign up? Because
You
obviously, I think people are going to have questions. No.
You can totally email me.
Okay.
I mean, I can spell out my email.
No, your email's awful. You need a
It's
new one.
really long. I'm sorry. It's very, very long. Do you want me to spell it?
No,
Okay.
we don't have that much time, actually.
I thought he typoed it because I tried to pull up the domain.
So long. I know.
Well, I tried to pull up the domain that's attached to your email, and it doesn't go anywhere.
Our website is different than my email.
Well,
It's a long story.
So and I'm like, dude, did you?
That'll be the fourth
What?
segment.
I'm like, did you give me that right? And he was like, yeah, I gave it to you. And he's like, here's your SIG file. I'm like, I'm just saying, it doesn't go anywhere.
We'll put it all in the recaps and whatnot.
Yeah. My email. You can always email me. I can answer any questions you got.
Right on.
So I mean, is there I guess just to make, before people is there a base minimum they have to know? Is there what should they expect to be seeing before they dive in?
In terms of IT knowledge, no, there's no base minimum. In terms of you need a high school diploma. The standards for qualifying into the talent pool, you have to have a standard English and math. I think math you have to test into algebra.
You had mentioned you had to take that baseline test.
Yeah. So you have to take a Compass test. Any community college gives Compass tests pretty much.
Yep.
They're just a placement exam.
Yeah.
You take that and then you scan your scores, you submit your scores, and that's it. There's no IT precedent. There's no baseline for that. So.
Makes it less intimidating. I like that.
Yeah. It's anybody's welcome. Everyone's welcome.
Interesting.
Awesome.
Awesome.
I mean, to say that it sells itself is almost an understatement. I'm shocked that it's...
Well, it should.
Yeah.
Sell itself.
I mean, give me a little credit, though. Come on.
It's all you.
Yeah, come on.
It's all you.
She's repping tonight.
So we appreciate you hanging out, Kinsey. We'll be back in segment 3 with Nicole from Digital Divas. This is the IT and the D Show.
We will be right back.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT and the D Show.
A word from Quantum, a storage company with a different approach. Quantum offers industry-leading backup and DR solutions with products that integrate innovative deduplication, replication, and cloud technologies. Our archive solutions help you retain data longer and keep it accessible, leveraging technologies like direct object storage, intelligent tiering, and LTO. Quantum Scale-Out Storage is designed to accelerate complex information workflow. Powered by StoreNext 5, it is the industry's fastest streaming files system. Visit www.quantum.com for more information.
This is the rhythm of the night.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
And live while we're young.
I'm in a music coma right now. Mommy, make it stop.
Wait. So Dave is under orders to redeem himself next week to play 80s songs for the whole 2 hours.
I know when I get a text going, Bob's ears are going to explode. I know it's going to be bad. You, sir, have outdone yourself. That couldn't be any worse.
That was One Direction and U2.
I didn't even know it was One Direction. How do you even know it was One Direction?
I said New Direction. I was wrong, and I was corrected.
And Kellis. And
I don't even care what the hell it was.
Khalees.
Oh, sorry.
Andrea. This is the This is segment 3, episode 74 of the IT and the D show. We're sitting here in the Raw Radio X studios, beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan, in the Russell Industrial Center. itandthed.com. We said all this stuff.
We did.
Well, but that's where all the basics are. I mean, basically, go to itandthed.com. That's where you can find.
You'll find everything out there.
Well, we've got we've got read, meet, listen, learn, work. We got all the stuff out there.
Yep. Work is job board. I don't know. Is there people using the job board?
Yeah, post stuff there.
Yeah, I did. I don't. Is anybody else besides me posting jobs there?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
No, I mean it's one of those.
Somebody came to me from Mishworks and said, "Could you post?" Did she post them? So I said, "Here's the link," and she didn't do it.
No, I haven't seen them yet.
What, you want my help, but you can't help yourself?
Yeah. Well, but and people
you have to hold their hand and actually click the mouse button for them.
Yeah. Well, and the reality is, I mean, you post it there, and it winds up going out to all of our. We've got 13,000.
Well, it auto-publishes to Twitter and Facebook.
I have them hold until I look at them. Just
so I understand, but
yeah, then it goes out to Twitter.
When it publishes,
it gets So we've got 13,000 odd followers on Twitter. It goes right out to them. Yep. So go, and it's free.
Insta audience, people. Insta audience.
Yeah.
So bad segue into our second awesome guest this evening.
Speaking of auto-publish, what?
Yep. That's a bad segue. Ding. We got Nicole here, Rockstar, Channel SE from Cisco Systems.
She's an engineer.
Digital Divas.
That's right. I'm a dudette, a networking dudette.
We said
but not our kind of networking.
I'm on a chick show.
You got your MCSE in '97, so life is good. You're an engineer. You're a real engineer. Yeah. You better tell people I'm a real engineer.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
You didn't say that on the air.
Yeah, I'd be getting a call. The phone would actually ring at that.
Right.
Some theories for me to solve or something.
So you've been 9 years now. You said at Cisco.
February, 9 years.
Crazy.
I know. Time flies.
Would you start when you were like 17?
Yeah, I did.
The first round of the MAT2 program.
Yeah.
No, you have you have a sweet gig there.
They have speaking of programs, I know MAT2 is really great. Cisco does an associate program to help get people bridged from their education into Cisco. So they do a training program that's well-rounded with professional presentation, business stuff, and your certifications in technology and presenting, all that. So we had
a couple funny stories. I did a WebEx faux pas today. I was messing around with something and I dropped my keyboard screen down, and Nicole's boss happens to text me and say, your camera is facing on your crotch. I hope that's inadvertent. I'm like,
were you wearing pants?
Yeah, he goes, thank God.
Yeah, for all the conversations we've had about Risky Business Mondays.
Thank God it was not Friday.
I can see your pink fuzzy bunny slippers.
Would not have pants
Better
on.
you than me, Bob. Better you than me.
Oh.
Right. But there's a cool program that you...
Yeah, if it's Bob, HR gets involved. If you do it, it's $9.99 a minute.
Wait, now come on. What was that about women in tech?
There's a real cool I don't even know how to go to this guy.
Speaking of chicks.
No, but you're I don't know if you're spearheading it or if you're involved in it. You're a real cool program of the Internet of Things. It's kind of it's almost turning into a cloud where it's like a cheesy catchphrase, but it's totally legit.
Yep.
So tell us what's going on with that program.
Well, Cisco is always trying to get, again, young women involved, and we're doing a contest. We had an Internet of Things challenge where we're really trying to figure out where those solutions are going to come from. What are we going to use it for, right?
Right.
So sometimes we integrate into hackathons, especially when you're looking at energy, because we have like a network-based energy manager. And so what risk does that have, right, as you look at big companies? So they're doing a contest for young women. So a lot of what I'm going to talk about today is about women and IT. I'm like y'all's little sister. I'm the IT and the D little sis.
I don't know if it's a good thing that they're helping out. You're like girls getting into STEM or if it's a bad thing that Cisco's tapping 13-year-old girls for their future ideas.
I'm going to get
Wait, isn't the internet run on Cisco routers?
That was one of the best
Yes,
best
it is.
Big Bang Theory episodes there ever was when Leonard, Sheldon, and Wolowitz they got tapped to go talk to 7th grade class. About trying to get girls more interested in technology.
Yes.
And Sheldon spins around to his computer and starts typing, and they're like, "Sheldon, what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm Googling." They're like, "What are you searching for?"
Nyan cat.
How to get 13-year-old girls?
Yeah.
How to get 13-year-old girls excited?
Nice. So what's
this is it. You, you go to this URL after the podcast.
So what's the gist of
No,
it though?
actually, it's a Cisco Internet of Things contest. So the idea is that they come up with their own creative idea and kind of develop it out. They don't have to create the actual technology, and I think there's like $10,000 or $20,000 on the table.
Wow.
For 13 to 18-year-old girls, and
Is
it's
it national
more of a
program or is it
creative.
local?
It's national.
Okay.
So we'll get the link over to you guys.
Cool.
'Cause I'm not as good at the URLs, plus it'd be long, and I think it has the word noodle in it, which makes me giggle. So I probably couldn't say it
There's
anyway.
like 14 intro-worthy quotes this evening.
I think we'd have like a whole new 3-minute intro.
Our drop is now just going to be 2 hours. It'll just be this episode.
I mean, so give me like for those. I mean, not in the know. You always talk about the basketball that kind of like is embedded with a chip, and kind of can throw data to your phone. What's some other applications that? Go ahead, explain it to Mr. Jeff over here.
Okay, so the first fundamental thing is there's a difference between Internet of Things and Internet of Everything. Internet of Things is just bringing something online that wasn't online before.
Sure.
So,
like Nest, for example.
Like
a
thermostats,
Nest,
things like that.
Like
right.
a Nest thermostat, a garden is a really good
Jeff's
one.
dream is to have Internet-enabled refrigerators so you can turn it off the freezer and melt your ice cream.
That's
His
right.
dream in life.
Traumatic.
They say 1% of everything that's connected is connected right now. So you really think about the potential of really connecting everything, which freaks me out.
But what do you? I mean, that's another thing. Is what do you need? Like,
isn't
really?
isn't this a case of just because you can doesn't mean you should?
Yeah, exactly. I think it comes down to putting the things, the Internet of Things, based on what provides valuable data.
Exactly.
And then it becomes
like I don't need a
game.
text to say that my ballpoint pen is running out of ink.
Well, maybe you do.
But I need a text to say, "Hey, go buy milk for my fridge."
And I think it's coming up with those applications, and I think manufacturing is where it's starting, and that's why Detroit is a great place for it. And smart cities, things that we can do to make citizens
Wait, there's
safer.
manufacturing left in Detroit? Because all the stories I read.
Within a certain mile radius of
You're
some
just a
areas.
middle-aged white guy, Dave.
Yeah, what do I know?
What do
From the
you know?
suburbs, yeah,
what do
I know? Yeah.
And Internet of Everything is when you take Internet of Things as a component, but also the people and the processes that go along with it, and you change a bigger wheel. So if you heard, that's the difference.
Internet
So what's
of
that? I
everything?
mean, so what in terms of Internet of Things? What's something crazy out of the box that we're not thinking of today that might be Internet enabled in a couple years?
That has value. That would provide value.
When you get cremated, if you pass away, you can send your ashes into space with a chip of data, and then geolocate it as it goes into space, like space.
So you can actually track a loved one
Yeah.
as it's orbiting the planet.
Send into orbit, and then maybe someone can pick that data up and read it off the card one day, and you could put a song on
Who
it.
did that where they released the casket into space? What movie was that?
Star Trek.
Was that Star Trek?
It was. Yeah, that
Yeah, it
was
was
when
Spock.
Spock died. He got
Yeah,
fired
yeah,
off
yeah,
with
right.
the
He got
Genesis
shot-
device.
See,
He got shot out of the Enterprise in that big eyeglasses case.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like Battlestar Galactica when Lauren Green died, or I was trying to think of something. I don't remember.
Austin Powers when he takes that spaceship.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, the
big boy.
Preparation H.
Yeah, Preparation H. Yeah.
I'm just curious. I told
This
you about
conversation went downhill.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, like I said,
So,
to me,
women,
it's not about. It's not about like I don't need to get a text from my fridge that says buy milk. But what would come in
But that's
handy?
what we're talking about.
No, but like what would come in handy is so I'm at the grocery store. Shit, do I need eggs? I like throw a tweet at my fridge, and fridge says, "You know what? Yeah,
Yes,
you're
that's
out
what
of
I'm
eggs,
talking about.
Einstein." Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Hashtag need eggs.
Right. How about just a webcam in the? Well, then the little man has to push the button to turn the light
Right, because
on.
it's dark.
Right.
So you still need IoT to turn the light on.
Right. I'm just thinking of like what was it, Tom and Jerry? What was it like? The kitchen of the future. Like I'm just thinking of like all the crap that they.
I think it's also machine-to-machine communication. Like we're really used to people to machine and machine to person because we go online and then it gives us answers, right? So what Internet of Things is going to do is it's going to bring those machine to machine.
So Skynet.
Yes.
Well, Elon Musk from Tesla was just saying that he was interviewed by some reporter, and they were talking about machine-to-machine communication. And he actually made the quote. He's like, "We should be worried.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We should absolutely be worried as a human race that at some point in the very near future, all this stuff that we're joking about is going to be like self-aware."
Yeah.
So you actually just did you just do this on Twitter? You just put the URL up. So if you go to Twitter or look up hashtag IT in the D, it's like an IoT challenge /Cisco.unoodle.com.
That's right, unoodle.
Unoodle.
Is that going to go through security?
So that's not going to hit like some open DNS profanity filter?
No, it's a Cisco link. It'll work.
Because Cisco drives the internet.
I don't want to get them to take over our Cisco.
Anonymous.
We need to register unoodle.com. What?
Yeah.
.org.
Noodles, they will go down.
But we'll put the URL up. So you had like 3 things you wanted to hit.
Well, the main thing, and it could be my divas getting my back there on Twitter.
They could.
Okay, they got my back. I'm working with 2 fabulous local ladies, Kathleen Norton-Shock.
We know her.
We know. Yep,
She's great,
awesome.
wealth of experience. And
doesn't like wine at all.
Oh, yeah, she doesn't.
Hates it.
Never touches the stuff.
I despise it as much as her.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have poor Amanda.
We know her, too.
Who sits through Kathleen and I's.
She writes that blog called, what is it? Missionpreneur.
So, those 2 great ladies, and she also does work at Bamboo Detroit. So we have like kind of a trifecta of experience, and we're coming together, and we're going to try to be your little sister podcast and really try to be a voice. Yeah, partner.
Yes.
Well, it's little sister.
Sisters.
Yeah.
Can we get to be? Do we get to be guests on your show?
Yeah. Can we be that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was no boys allowed.
Will you take guests?
Yeah. You have to wear a wig if you come in.
So,
what color? Wait, what color?
And
so typical Saturday night.
Just wear a Mystique uniform and you're fine.
So wait, Dave, can we do to them what the GDI girls did to us?
No, because we wouldn't look good in leather dresses.
No, we wouldn't.
So what did
I don't want to see Bob in a lace dress.
When you guys have a go live date, or what's going on right?
Yeah, we launched a demo camp, which happened in Lansing right before the holidays, and just kind of said what we're trying to do.
Although this does make this drop from Sibelico so accurate.
I definitely want to see Bob in his underwear. That's a fact.
Yeah. Well, we could share that. Yeah, send that over for when he comes on our show.
No, we're not going to provide you our sound drops.
We're gonna definitely do a monthly series. We have kind of some different takes on it because we feel like part of what we're doing is women can't be what they can't see. So part of what we want to do is we're interacting with these great women all the time, doing and making waves, whether it's entrepreneurship or nonprofit work or some of the stuff that I'm doing with innovation and with Cisco and nonprofits as well. But we want to be able to provide that voice. So we're going to do a couple different shows. I'm providing our first podcast will be published this week. It was tonight when it goes stereo.
Now in stereo. Ereo.
So they said you couldn't get mono twice, but I did. But it's stereo.
Yeah. Where's the bell?
Here, run into my fist.
So that was more of a live event style. So we're just going to try to catch the women where they are and get voices and opinions of all different people, and then supporters of women in technology, because it's more just a numbers game. About 1% of women really look at technology early on as a college field. 20% will get a technology degree, and then it's not just getting them into it, it's retaining them amazingly. So you think bring women in, that's not it. It's just retaining them as well.
Yeah.
So you have to provide
Right.
the community to get them there and to keep them there. And I think that's part of the fellowship that we want to provide with these perspectives. Yeah.
Dig it.
Divas.
Awesome.
I think I sense a paradigm shift.
Paradigm.
In the ecosystem.
No,
as a father of 3 daughters, I'm all about it. I talk to her every day. My kid keeps saying, what do you want to be? She goes, I want to be a surgeon. I go, well, you got to go to school for like 14 years. You could get into like IT sales, make almost as much money, and like
if not more,
right?
And have a better life.
They do say money helps with the women. They do say talking about pay and talking about opportunities. We're also going to do just on the mic, and then we're going to do a show like this. So we'll be publishing
a show like this.
Cool.
Around the
So
table.
you're gonna drink.
Well,
Wine.
yes.
Wine.
Wine.
Yeah, wine.
You have our full support, so whatever you need, you
Absolutely,
let us know.
yeah.
Don't
you
question
guys have
it.
a great show, and we appreciate having us on to spread the word. Spread.
Way better when you're here.
Smear the word. That's probably
Well,
not
they're
the best
gonna
way
have
to
they're gonna have a
promote
cadence that's gonna be on schedule.
That's our schedule.
Schedule.
So where do people find out about Digital Divas and what you guys have going
Yeah,
on?
we got a couple channels up and in motion, so you can continue to follow it. Obviously, we're new. We're launching right now, pretty much. So we're Digital Divas 3, and that's the number. So you can catch us on all the various
there
flavors.
are 3 of you.
Yes, because there's 3.
So you can never add anybody, and if somebody wants in, like John Lennon has to die,
there can be only 3.
Right.
Yeah, URLs limit.
Yeah.
We'll
you have to Kickstarter that campaign to get
Yeah.
rid of the 3 and just get Digital Divas.
Well, they do. I mean, they say people to get into relationships with are like domains these days. All the good ones are taken.
I know.
You could have been
that.
digital.
You could be the .co.
Yeah, .co.
.xyz.
There you go.
Yeah. But, we're just excited, and I think I already cover women in tech news, and I've been covering that for a year for a publication,
MI Tech News,
MI
yeah.
Tech News with Mike Brennan.
Right.
And then I've been doing a little with STEM. So I think some of the work that I've done from other women inspires me not only to do this project to get the word out, but the amazing thing is thinking about it, and we were talking about it earlier, in that we're women creating something. So just the joy of working with these women to create a project, to do something that you haven't done before, to go outside your comfort zone, that's encouraging to me, to make something happen. You do have all these tie-ins with technology, not just as a subject, but what you're creating. It's a podcast. I do the editing, so I'm learning, and we're learning all these tools. So I think just that process of it. So
it's fun.
like a win-win for me.
If you can set up a DX80, you can set up a podcast. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you were doing
inside company jokes. Sorry.
Yeah, you were doing tech support for Bob's home computer there.
Yeah. Plug it in.
Reboot.
Yeah, if I can figure out how to edit a podcast and start doing stupid posters for wrestling, I'm pretty sure you can figure out how to do it.
Yeah, Bob, see, this is actually a good thing. So if Dave ever gets hit by a truck, God forbid, we can just, bring her in.
Oh, yeah, exactly. The show's screwed otherwise.
It's okay. We'll have our Digital Diva comic by then.
There you go.
You better know. We got press passes for Comic-Con. We'll bring you guys with.
Yeah, we can
We
get
know
ideas. Submit
hook
ideas
up with
there
Dom.
from
That's
Dom
what I was
Brennan.
thinking.
Oh, yeah.
We know a guy that writes. Yeah,
we
right
need
now.
to do it. I'm ready.
He publishes and writes.
I've
his.
got the crazy ideas.
Yeah, he's got a couple graphics artists he works with.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We'll hook you up with
bring it.
Dom.
Let's do it.
Cool.
He'd be all about it.
We'll be back segment 4. We're going to double back on all the good stuff we were talking about. Yeah, the
fastest 2 hours of internet
so
radio.
We'll post, Nicole. We'll post the links up to the stuff you were talking about. Those are awesome.
Great, yeah.
We look forward to your podcast. It just sounds like fun.
Yeah, give us a follow, a like, a clicky, whatever you do.
How about all 3?
I'll take all 3.
How
That's
about that
Digital Divas 3.
How about that trifecta?
One for each.
All right. Well, we'll see you in a
Alrighty
few.
then.
This is
Thank
the
you,
IT Mini
guys.
Show. Thank you. Appreciate coming out.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D Show. This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
I swear to God, I'm listening to Iron Maiden and like Public Enemy on the way home just to cleanse my ears. This is segment 4.
Some Nickelback.
No, my God, that's even worse.
Segment 4, the January 12th edition.
For the love of God, if you
IT
do
in the
any
show.
sort of remix of Nickelback, I'm gonna smack you.
She's like seeing my face get red. That's why he does this crap.
Nickelback plus One Direction.
Wait, Dave,
next
are you
week.
actually trying to kill Bob? Is that what's going on
This
here?
is the.
I figured between Punch Bowl and the music, this might finally be the tipping point.
What episode is this? 75.
You see a free brunch billboard on 75. It wasn't me. Just keep driving. We're sitting here in the Raw Radio X studios in the Russell Industrial, beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. As the show's tonight sponsored to you by Logicalis and Quantum Storage, and we are drinking delicious falling down beer. And go.
So I want to double back on the whole like women in geek world and technology stuff, because I did. We got a lot of good comments. I got a lot of comments on it on my Facebook profile. We got it's taken a lot of traffic, and what I'm hearing is
Sorry, you didn't get buried yet by the Doucheline Detroit?
No,
blog?
Doucheline Detroit has not made me a misogynist yet.
Wow. Yeah. I could have. No, you know why?
Disgusting.
No, you don't understand. Like literally, I shot it to a mutual friend of ours last night, and I said, "Dude, I want you to read this draft before I publish it, because I want you to tell me how I'm going to get kicked in the balls over this, because I know it's going to happen."
You did the racist card, now you're going to do the sexist card.
Right. I mean, I just can't quite figure out where it's going to come from yet. So
First thing I said, that guy's going to spin it.
Yep.
Something. That's the one. I read it 3 times, and I go, he's going to find something. He's going to take one line out.
Yeah.
And vilify Dave again. And no, you know why? Because Daily Detroit didn't share it out yet. Once Daily Detroit does,
all right, then it'll be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jeremiah, calm yourself.
Yeah, because the guy doesn't. the guy from Doucheline doesn't write anything. He just copies and pastes stuff. So someone else has to write it, and then he.
But he's a reporter,
right?
Yeah,
right. Who doesn't actually write anything,
right? He's a reporter.
Copy paste publish. Copy paste publish.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and you're a pop star with the mashups you freaking destroy. Oh my god!
J-Lo, you snuck in there.
Oh my god! Just stop.
Hey, did you see the Golden Globes last night? She still looks good.
Oh yeah,
she's still got some Golden Globes.
Jenny from the Block.
Yeah.
Do you watch the Golden Globes?
Dude, it was hilarious. Did you not?
No, of course not.
Oh,
I'm a guy.
It was hilarious. Dude, Tina Fey and Amy Poehler friggin' killed.
So
They're
hilarious. I'll give
they
you that.
ragged on the whole North Korea thing. They ragged. So the funniest, I got to be honest, was George Clooney.
What dresses were they wearing?
I couldn't tell you. But no, so
was there a wardrobe malfunction?
No, but so they were talking about how so George Clooney got married. And the woman he married is this, world-renowned civil rights lawyer, and she was
Clooney. You said,
yeah,
okay.
and she was part of the, the team that took down
him on
Enron, and yada yada, and she's done this and she's done that and she's done that. And so of course we're here tonight to give a lifetime achievement award to George. And they had Margaret Cho come out in a North Korean military uniform and pass judgment on everything. It was outstanding.
And the Golden Globes didn't get hacked by North Korea.
Right. Speaking of getting hacked,
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So let's try that password.
Speaking of getting hacked, how embarrassing is it that the U.S. military's social media accounts?
Yeah.
Well, one of them. Yeah, CENTCOM.
So let me ask a dumb question. Why does the U.S. military feel the need to have a social media
Why the hell does a CENTCOM need a Twitter account? Seriously. Why the hell
and a YouTube channel.
Why does CENTCOM need a YouTube channel?
It's now.
Right.
No, I'm sorry. You don't need to. What are they going to do? Live publish Marines storming a beach?
No, they're going to have
Wait. Hashtag storming a beach.
Right. Clickbait titles. Look and see what happened. How the hell do the stupid clickbait things go? You won't believe what just happened. It'll.
Yeah, our Marines landed at the beach at Normandy. You won't believe what happened next.
Right. Brain fart.
Yeah, click now.
They actually got some geotags off some of the ISIS because they were posting these pictures because ISIS has been using social media. So a lot of them maybe not so careful. Well, the geotag on the pictures, they were able to map where they were going. And
fantastic. So all we need to do is send a drone in that location. We'll be good to go.
So speaking of which, there's 2 things. So speaking of drones, did you see that CNN has contracted with the FAA?
This has got to be the stupidest thing I've seen in a long time.
For what, though? To allow drones.
Okay, when's the last time you heard a drone give a report?
No, but they wanted for aerial coverage, which you're not allowed to do under current rules.
What happened with helicopters?
Yeah. Channel 7 News Chopper.
Ron
Burgundy.
You don't have to pay a pilot now. You don't have to have all the maintenance.
You still got to pay the drone pilot,
but you're not paying all the maintenance and all that kind of crap on a helicopter.
Yeah, okay. The first time a drone lands on the person they're reporting on.
Did you see the drone?
It's like the Wendy's guy, or the guy in the mall that got clipped in the face by the drone, or whatever that story was.
Did you see? I think it was like a Dutch guy, the drone video where it ran out of batteries and it was going in the middle of the pond, and the dude runs in the middle of the pond and he gets it right at the last split second. He's neck deep in water, like in a winter coat. And then somebody played "I Will Always Love You," Whitney Houston, and slow-moed him grabbing one of the funniest videos I've seen in a long time.
That's pretty outstanding.
So, but this is why society is destroying itself.
Going back to military social media accounts and all, Anonymous just came out too and dropped a bomb, saying they're going to target the militant Islamic.
It's about time, for crying out loud.
What are they going to do though? Hack their Facebook and go change their marital status to gay, or what? I mean, what are they going to?
Well, no, I mean they can prevent them from posting all those stupid, threatening videos and all the beheading videos and all that other.
They DDoS their
stuff.
website. They reboot it, and what the hell's they're not?
Well,
what are you going to do?
Well, it's like whack-a-mole. You knock one down, and another one pops up. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Give you whack-a-mole.
You're a whack-a-mole.
No, ooh, are they like scared now? Like, they're in their caves in Afghanistan, going, "Oh, we're really scared now."
Well, one of the reports on the whole CENTCOM Twitter hack thing, if you really want to call it a hack, is, I don't know if this is true or not, but they said that ISIS claimed to have published the home addresses of some of our U.S. generals.
Right. That's crazy.
Now, okay, first of all, if that's true, if you're a U.S. general, why the hell would you post that information on Twitter? Like, I don't get that. Like, where are they getting that information?
Oh, I'm
That's
sure
not
from
on
a
Twitter.
database. No, but it would be from a database somewhere, I'm sure.
By hacking Twitter?
No, but I'm.
That's one, like, suspect. I call BS.
You know what my favorite thing about Anonymous is? That they're supposed to be like anti-capitalism, but those masks they wear are owned by Warner Brothers.
Oh yeah,
and then like Warner Brothers makes like $20 million a year, some crazy number off
Selling those masks at
selling
every
those
rally
masks.
that they go to.
Yeah. Anti-capitalism. Let's go to McDonald's. It makes me
Brought to you by American Express.
Well, no, but I mean, if you think about it, I mean, that's one of those things where it probably wasn't from the Twitter account. It probably wasn't from the YouTube account, but they used those methods to post information they had gained from elsewhere.
So, what do they call it? Not social gathering, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're just using. I mean, they're just as an outlet. I mean, it's we happen to we took over those accounts, and that's how we released this information.
Mm.
I wouldn't say they got it that way though.
I don't know.
Crazy stuff.
Everyone's got stupid Twitters. Need to knock it off.
With too much consuming going on.
Again, remember when I bitched about Instagram being worth $35 billion
last week? Yeah.
How was that last week already? How does Twitter make money? How is it even worth $1? What is it even? It's like the chat room. Like an AOL, like so let's say,
how can they afford to have like 200 employees?
I have started to notice more and more ads on
data.
Twitter.
It's an AOL chat room.
Yeah, again, if you're not paying for a service,
wait,
you are the service.
I don't see any ads on Twitter because I'm not using the official Twitter client. Are you using the official? Like, is that how that you're seeing ads on?
No, if I go through the web interface.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, of course.
Because I know Kardashian.
I don't know anyone that uses the real web interface.
Kardashian gets paid like $1 million for like Cottonelle saying, "Hey, I wiped my ass with Cottonelle this morning. Here's $1 million." And
it took 97 rolls.
But Twitter doesn't take a But Twitter doesn't take a cut out of that. That's directly with the But like, where does Twitter make money? They don't do anything. But
they're leaking celebrity nudes.
Is that they didn't do that?
Yeah, they were behind the fappening.
You heard it here first, folks.
They're not. What are they? I don't know. Half the accounts are shill accounts anyway.
It's no different than Facebook.
It's crazy.
That was still one of the best news stories about the celebrity follower accounts. Like a good majority of them were all fake. Was it Bieber lost 3.5 million followers when they purged all the accounts? Yes, that was awesome.
Well, and
it's like you're not really that popular. You only got like 15 followers.
Well, no, but the sad reality. I mean, that was like 10% of his follower count that got blown away.
That's a lot, though.
It is a lot. It's huge.
We woke up one morning. We have like 13,000. We don't even track it. We're like, did you realize we have like 13,000 Twitter followers on the IT and the D account? We're like, what? We barely use it. Like, I guess we have
Jeremiah, knock it off.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, it is what it is.
But that's what I don't get. We had 200,000 listeners on the show 2 weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
Last week was like 160,000, but we only have 13,000 Twitter followers.
We annoyed 40,000 people.
Yeah.
We say
did we talk about creationism again?
Right. Yeah. Damn it. Are we blocked in Kansas again?
No, but we say you think you do. You're listening. You're like, oh, I'll look up Twitter and I'll follow them. Like nothing.
It doesn't
The
happen that
weirdest
way.
would be is if you're looking at your followers and you have like all of Estonia listening or something. Like you have,
we're
like, the
huge in
biggest
Estonia.
families.
Yeah, we're big in Japan.
Yeah.
Turkey loves
Bob
us.
is.
You guys should do like an interview in like Korea.
After our Thanksgiving episode, we gained like 5,000 followers in Turkey. It was crazy. Sorry.
Retract that bell.
Because the episode
you
before,
can't unring the bell.
The episode before, we got like 3,000 from Hungary, and then we had the. Never mind.
Will you just stop?
Are you still talking?
Turn your microphone up. Get out of here. So what the hell else is going on? It's my show. I can say what I want. Yeah. Exactly. Right. See?
That sounds
he
like...
knows.
Yeah, the other Bob. Can we just have him on?
Yeah, it spells his name backwards. B-O-B.
Right. Spell your name
B-A-H-B.
backwards.
Right.
Bab.
But no, it's not like I do. I wanna double back on this whole like women in tech, women in geek thing. 'Cause, I mean, we have two of them here. Like what?
What
do I need to be paying attention to that I haven't been? Because I do. I feel like I'm re-examining every interaction, every conversation, every like story that I've heard, and now I'm like, well, shit. I'm not as good of a guy as I thought I was.
I think
now
it's
what?
just different. You know, when we were kids, the lessons that we learned for our parents were so much different, right? Like, don't go to the ice cream van that's black and behind the school. You know,
that says
like
free candy.
it was a different, the
and has no
skulls on it with a unicorn sticker. You know, like it was just a different set of lessons. So what we're entering in is like a next generation parenting where you've got to start to look for different things. I read a study. It was actually a chart on how long and how much your children by age should consume things on a mobile device. And it is a stark difference than probably most people do with their children.
Let me guess, it's like 1 hour.
Yeah, it's like 1 hour, and it's only 30 minutes. And if they're under 7, they say not at all. And I find that that's the age where they're like, look, I got a new this. I'm like, did you get a raise, little girl?
Right.
Like, she has nicer...
Well, now, see, but here's the weird part about that, because everything you read says, like, if you're going to learn a new language, you should learn it before the age of 5, because that's when your mind is most open and all that kind of stuff. So why would this be any different? I mean, isn't the internet its own language now?
It's content. It's all content, you know. We have to be aware of the content that you're consuming. I mean, when we were kids, you'd probably get in trouble if you found your dad's shoebox with magazines in it, right?
Yeah.
But now that shoebox is not a shoebox. It's not a physical shoebox. It's a virtual shoebox onto Google for big butts. You know,
I wonder if your dad's shoebox.com is a site that exists.
But like, I taught my kid.
If you thought about it, somebody else
above
already
the
has.
cabinet.
I taught
above
my
the
kid,
cabinet.com.
I taught my kids how to read using the computer. There's a program that reads. You read a story, and if you don't know the word, you click it, and it says what it is. So I mean, they learned. They picked up
That's any
to
book
read.
on an iPad, though. I mean, you click a word and it tells you the whole dictionary.
Right.
Pulls up a
Why in the hell would I not want to use that? You know what I mean?
Double-edged sword. You've
I'm not going to let them
use it.
play Minecraft. See, here's the thing.
Minecraft.
I think it's about the parenting again, right? Because I sit there and I ask her all the time. Here's the 3. Like I tell her, if you're going to read, I want you to read this. Like I gave my kid Rich Dad Poor Dad. Why not? It's a good, it's a great
book.
10 years old. It's a good time to learn. But like, why wouldn't I want her? Why would I inhibit her from using technology? Like they say, wait. I'm not going to have her play stupid like Clash of Clans all day. Like, make sure the time you spend on it's meaningful, right? Like you do. But make sure the time that you spend on it and you get some you learning
Do
piano.
it together.
She played the stupid Let It Go song, and I go, how the hell? Like with the chords and everything. How'd you learn that? She goes, downloaded a YouTube thing, and they had the
it's
notes.
like their minds are so they're sponges, right? Yeah, my daughter.
But I taught her that though too. I said, "Don't ask me. Google it. Like, why are you asking me dumb? Like, I don't know those answers. Google knows."
Yeah, those little rainbow loom things. And my daughter created like a whole tapestry thing by watching a 5-minute YouTube clip. I'm like, you just did that? Like, it's the size of this bag. I'm like, how did you do that? She's like, I just follow the instructions.
They're a generation of makers, though, and that's what's gonna make our next paradigm shift. To entertain my
in the
friend over
ecosystem.
here.
In the ecosystem.
The ecosystem. J-Lo. I like that one. I think it comes down to you still have to take responsibility as an adult. Content is content, and you should be aware of what they're consuming. Just like when you did find the shoebox, you're in trouble. So And the cartoon one
Well,
is
no,
interesting.
when they found out that you found the shoebox,
Yeah,
that's when
when
you
they
were.
found out, yeah.
Not when you.
Depends.
It was a different kind of trouble.
Right.
Just not in a video conference.
Side note, I mean, we're talking about women in tech, but I think if you look at women in pop culture or just women in culture, it's the same problem. Or it's not, maybe not problem, but it's the same phenomenon.
Issue. Well, I mean, and that's one of the notes that I got from one of my Facebook friends.
Yeah.
She's like, Dave, this is probably the best thing you've ever written, and she's in the financial industry.
Yep.
She's like, it's not just IT.
No. Consider it. You're rethinking all these interactions you've had in your life, but it should go beyond IT maybe and just think about all the interactions you've ever had, which is
Right.
like, I know it's already a very big cross to bear, but a larger, even heavier
Dude, now
cross. I mean, just, there's
I got saddled
all
with
over.
white privilege. Now I got dude privilege. What the hell?
You're just
well, now she's bringing in religion into it. Now you're bearing a cross.
A
Dave,
huge
you didn't,
cross of
you didn't
everyone
earn
you've
any
known.
of this as it was given to you.
Right. Yeah, I did nothing.
You just wake up in the morning. Here, sir.
Yeah.
Nice job. Here's
here's your
Take this
Shania
cross.
watch.
Right, exactly.
It's not just the women, though. I think men having the perception that that's what women should look like is also part of it. So you're talking about your daughter in the comics. Well, what does your son think of the comics, and how is that going to reflect onto the type of woman he looks for?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, I have an option every day of what I wear to work. And if I have a technical presentation, if I feel prepared, then I will dress very, I feel actually I go a little more conservative because you want people to respect you. So
Right.
I go for respect over like.
So when you're not prepared, the skirt gets shorter,
Yeah.
is what you're saying?
I go to the whiteboard a lot more.
See, it's a double-edged sword. It's like
What are
they
you whiteboarding,
know.
Nicole? I don't know.
They talk about this
I don't
women in
know.
tech thing, but then they know they own us. But then they're quiet about it.
absolutely.
Like, they don't want to let it on too much that they own
That's
us.
that's the world's biggest conspiracy theory.
I was just testing to see how much you were listening.
I was paying attention.
No, I tell my 10-year-old all the time. I go, do you realize how much you would rock if you're like a smart, funny, pretty woman like in IT? Like you own everything. Like,
Cisco heaven.
you don't
Cisco
know how
Live.
much power
Cisco Live.
you
Their
have.
dating pool.
Yeah, if you can actually, if you're funny,
You have your veritable pick of men who have no idea how to please you.
right.
It's The Bachelor for real people.
Right.
You have a bunch of buttons. Nobody knows how to push them.
Right. No, but I mean, it's dude. It is. I mean, and you've got 3 daughters. You've got a daughter. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's I don't get it.
That's why we do what we do. I mean, that's why I'm doing the Digital Divas. We think that not only the podcast, but just having the hype and sharing with young women that you're around. It doesn't matter. I mean, you guys are all, IT friendly, but I don't think you have to be that to have conversations with young women about science and technology and looking around your world and saying like, well, how is that train moving?
Right.
Like, just asking
How does that
discovery
plane fly?
questions. Yeah. How the heck is
How does that
plane
helicopter
kids are
fly?
screwed.
How does that helicopter not go to space?
I'll come over and handle science for your kids.
Bernoulli principal? I don't know. Just ask Dave.
Yeah, Bernoulli who?
Google it.
Is that a donut?
I don't know. Just Google it. They know.
Do I put sauce on Bernoulli? What?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the core of the issue is like, feminism is like not an ugly word. It's like an awesome word.
Yeah.
And like men and women alike should like just think about it. Think about it, embrace it, and not reevaluate, but just when you're living, be extra conscious of kind of how you interact with people and the things that you take in as a consumer. Be a responsible consumer. And
I think that's a huge profitability. So, like, when you look at women in tech, you hit it on the head. Companies realize that when they have women helping build products, helping make decisions, helping guide corporate direction, it's that extra diversity that women give and put on the table that shows in profits. So companies that, and I don't quote me on the statistics, but it does show there's a correlation between more diverse with women because you're developing products that are probably consumed by women.
Well, and
Or
that's
50%
and there have been study after study. There's been study after study after study that says, when it comes to your typical household, by and large, it's usually the woman who's making the financial decisions and buying things and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Are you kidding? As soon as you get married, we got nothing. We don't pick anything. We don't choose anything. We don't go. We don't say what vacation we're going on. We don't pick our clothes in the morning. We don't know. We don't say what to eat. We lose everything. Yes, dear. All of us. I don't care. Hang on. I don't care what guy
Do I
you are.
need to cue the Godfather?
No, but, like, I'm serious. Like, whether you admit it or not, behind closed doors is, yes, dear. There's no, like, I'm the man. I say, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
You got nothing. You have zero juice in that house, and you know it. And when you go around your buddies, you might say, oh, yeah. No. You got nothing, and you know it. I got it. That's all I got. Because I'm everywhere. We're all like that. I finally I admitted it almost a year into it. Oh, no, I got nothing. I'm just
Go do, whatever.
Right.
I'm just here for the ride.
Right.
Yep. I was going to say something. I can't even follow that.
Yeah.
So
I get to pick the TV stations. I think that's my only power. Everything else, no.
Yeah.
No.
You have your downstairs little man cave. That's about it.
Exactly. No lock on the door, though.
And that's all I need.
Yeah, exactly.
And this paddle ball.
In my new Sega Genesis retro console, I just bought that has a cartridge on the top, so I need to go to the flea market and buy all the games.
Oh, excellent.
If you can actually find them if they're out there.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
eBay.com.
Sonic's built in.
You know where there's a flea market?
In Dixieland. That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Right next to Falling Down.
Oh.
There's one.
No, I go to Dixieland.
You go to
That one's
Dixieland.
with the weird massage guy and the church in the middle of it, and the used porn store, and the Thai restaurant that has like 2 spoonfuls of everything in these giant bins that's been there for like 3 weeks.
Can we go back
Place
to the
is
used
amazing.
porn store?
What
is a used porn store?
You need to go to. Then there's the Mexican.
People donate their old porn.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it is?
Then
Wait, how do you know about this?
That's all.
There's a Mexican barber shop, like as a booth, and then there's another booth where the guy repairs Xbox 360s, which I look at it and I go, how's business? Like, what are you doing? Like,
do you need a salesman?
And then there's
how's that working out for you?
Then there's one whole store I'm so tempted to buy when it's a Kenny Powers suit store. Like when
you totally have to
with the white the Flama Blanca white suit.
Is it named the Kenny Powers suit store?
There needs to be. That's what it's written in Spanish. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know. Dixieland's the greatest.
Flama Blanca pseudos.
Right, exactly. It's the greatest. It's the greatest flea market that's ever lived or ever will live. You have to go there once in your life.
Okay.
We're gonna wrap things up. This is one of my favorite shows. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not just saying that because you guys are sitting here, but I want to thank Kinsey, you guys for coming and hanging out with us.
Nicole. Her name is Nicole.
I know who Nicole is.
And my mom is just giving you props on Facebook. So
for saying I was powerless in my household.
Yeah, no. She said she wants to know if you're single.
It's not that kind of show.
Depends. Is his wife listening tonight?
Yeah, exactly. No, she's in Chicago.
She may be listening though.
But yeah, no, I appreciate you guys coming out. We're gonna put all your links and all that good stuff online. If you guys need anything else, let us know. Next week's gonna be episode 75.
Woo!
Crazy.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
And we have Embredley Who's coming in.
And don't forget about our event this Thursday.
Yeah.
We'd only talk about that.
I was going to forget about that. Auto show tomorrow, event Thursday. It's going to be It's going to be a fast week. Thanks again for hanging out. We really, really appreciate your time. Hopefully you weren't too bored. This is the IT and the D Show. We will see you next week.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Well,
Beat it.
We'll see you Thursday.
See
if you show up at our
Thursday.
event.
Well, you will hear us.
Or you can
next
look
Monday.
at our Facebook pictures if you really want to see us, but you can want to listen to us. We'll be here.
Whatever.
Right. Beat it.
Beat it.
The emergency destruct system is now activated.
Look out, Flash!
Flash! Don't move! Stay where you are!
Long live Flash! You've saved your life. Have a nice day.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name? Murphy.
Make the run. The run.
Game over, man. It's game over.
It's over, Johnny. It's over. Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
Yo! Hold up! Time out! Time out! Y'all take a chill. You need to cool that shit out. And that's the double truth, Ruth.
I hope this was as much fun for you as it was for me.
How much scotch did you drink that night, by the way?
Half a bottle.
Okay, then shut the hell up.
You're in your underwear. I'm in my underwear. Here, let's hang out.
No, I'm sorry, honey. I have a headache.
I definitely want to see Bob in his underwear. That's a fact.
Beer me.
Why would Buick put their cars next to the Bentleys? Why? That's not marketing.
The alphabet.
It's brilliant.
Because you're getting your 8-track tuned up.
Are we at a break yet?
I may have to wipe the geek off. I can't say no, and I don't really want to.
Well, especially with the back doors open.
We just lost our clean tag on iTunes.
So you have no boots.
No.
You have no gloves.
No.
You have no hat.
No.
You have no scarf.
No.
You have no scraper.
No.
How long have you lived in Michigan?
All my life.
You, sir, are an idiot.
I don't care.
When are we going to talk about me?
Jane, you ignorant slut.
This is the natives, man.
Guess Captain Soundboard doesn't know how to run the soundboard.
Shut up. Stop talking.
I'm so white right now.
I'm the whitest guy in the room. Just explain it to me.
I love this city.
I was banging on the wang.
Really? Should we talk about this? Tag team it. Should I keep going or should I stop?
Hell yeah.
Can I just say, it's been great being on a show that talks about Mickey Rooney dying for 20 seconds and then poop for 10 minutes.
You're not very informative, but wow, are you entertaining.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.